Sigurd, often regarded as one of the greatest heroes in Norse mythology, is a central figure in the Volsung saga, a tale filled with valor, betrayal, love, and the inexorable pull of fate. His story is entwined with powerful gods, legendary creatures, and tragic love, making him an enduring symbol of heroism and doom. Sigurd was born to Sigmund, a great warrior and son of the legendary Volsung, and his wife, Hjordis. From birth, Sigurd's destiny seemed preordained. His father, Sigmund, was a hero in his own right, but his life ended tragically when Sigurd was young. Sigurd's mother, Hjordis, was left alone to raise him, and she did so in seclusion. She instilled in him the values of honor and bravery, knowing that her son was destined for greatness. His upbringing, however, was marked by the looming shadow of fate that would eventually claim him. Sigurd's true adventure began when he inherited the broken sword of his father, Sigmund. This sword, named Gram, had been shattered in battle but was reforged by the great blacksmith Regin, who recognized Sigurd's potential. Regin had his own plans for Sigurd and persuaded the young hero to take up the sword and slay a fearsome dragon named Fafnir, who had hoarded an immense treasure. Fafnir, once a dwarf, had been transformed into a monstrous serpent due to his greed, and it was said that the treasure was cursed. Sigurd, armed with Gram, set out on his quest to slay the dragon. The journey was fraught with danger, but Sigurd's courage and strength saw him through. He tracked Fafnir to a remote, desolate place near a dark forest. As Sigurd lay in wait, he heard the dragon slither near him, its massive body moving like a great serpent through the earth. The young hero, using his sharp sword, struck Fafnir down in a battle that was as brutal as it was heroic. With the dragon slain, Sigurd took the cursed treasure, including a ring and a gold hoard that would forever alter his fate. But slaying Fafnir was only the beginning of Sigurd's legendary tale. Upon slaying the dragon, Sigurd tasted its blood, which gave him the ability to understand the speech of birds. This newfound power revealed to him that the treasure he had claimed was cursed and that great misfortune awaited anyone who sought it. However, Sigurd, driven by a mix of ambition and fate, did not heed the warnings of the birds. Instead, he continued his journey, led by the curse of the treasure. Sigurd's next significant encounter came when he met the Valkyrie Brynhild. Brynhild, a shield maiden of great beauty and strength, had been cursed by Odin after defying his will. She was placed in a deep, magical sleep, surrounded by a ring of fire, where she was fated to remain until a hero could come to her rescue. Sigurd, having heard of the sleeping maiden, braved the flames to reach her. When he did, he awakened her with a kiss, and the two quickly fell in love. However, the love between Sigurd and Brynhild would be marked by betrayal and tragedy. Sigurd, after slaying the dragon and gaining wealth, found himself embroiled in the complicated politics of the royal family of the Goths. Gudrun, the daughter of King Juki, became enamored with Sigurd, and under strange circumstances, Sigurd was tricked into marrying her. He and Brynhild were both deceived by a magical spell that made them believe they were married to the wrong people. Sigurd, under the influence of this spell, eventually married Gudrun, while Brynhild, believing Sigurd had betrayed her, was filled with grief and rage. The tragic love triangle between Sigurd, Brynhild, and Gudrun set off a series of events that led to betrayal, bloodshed, and eventually Sigurd's death. Sigurd's marriage to Gudrun was further complicated by the manipulation of her brothers, Gunnar and Hogni, who, driven by greed and jealousy, conspired against Sigurd. They tricked him into believing that he had to marry Gudrun for political gain, and in doing so, they effectively sealed his fate. Brynhild, heartbroken and enraged, plotted with Gudrun's brothers to have Sigurd killed. Sigurd, unaware of the forces working against him, was murdered by the very people he had trusted. Sigurd's death marked the tragic end of a heroic life. His betrayal by those he loved and trusted underscores the themes of fate and the inevitability of doom in Norse mythology. Even though Sigurd had been a hero of great strength and valor, his story was ultimately one of tragic failure, a hero whose fate was sealed by the very treasure he had sought to claim. After Sigurd's death, Brynhild, overcome with grief and guilt for her role in his demise, took her own life. Gudrun, too, was left to mourn the loss of her husband, and the curse of the treasure continued to wreak havoc on all who sought it. The saga of Sigurd, Brynhild, and the cursed treasure was passed down through generations as a tale of bravery, love, betrayal, and the inescapable power of fate. Sigurd's life and death became emblematic of the hero's journey in Norse mythology, where even the greatest of warriors could not escape the harsh forces of destiny. Sigurd's legend, known in the broader mythological tradition as the story of Siegfried in the Germanic Nibelungenlied, endures as one of the most captivating and tragic tales of the ancient world. It serves as a reminder of the complex interplay between heroism, love, and the inescapable pull of fate that governs all in the cosmos of Norse mythology.